How do you get into farming from a non-farming background? Well, the trouble with this question is that the vast majority of people think that you want or need to buy land, but you don't. And buying land for the vast majority of people is quite frankly just a pipe dream. Sorry to burst your bubble, but with land prices at record highs, unless you have a seriously big lump of cash sitting around or you have incredibly rich parents, it's just not going to happen. Very, very few people have access to the amount of money required to even put down a deposit on UK farmland these days, and no bank in their right mind is going to lend straight off the bat to someone with no industry experience or credibility. In an ideal world, you would go out and buy farmland, but as we all know, we don't live in an ideal world. The good news is that you certainly don't need to, and there are a ton of other options and routes into the industry, irrespective of your background. Well, but let's say you do want to buy some land, and one of the things that we're seeing at the minute is that a lot of people who are buying land are bringing money in from outside the industry. This can come from a whole range of different sources, including property or another successful business venture that they might have had, and where you have a whole load of surplus cash that's just looking for a home. It's well worth thinking outside the box on this one as well. Well-known YouTuber Cammy Wilson has openly stated on his channel that he's using the majority of revenue from YouTube to invest in farmland. So he's using that money that's coming from a business out with the industry to invest in a farm. So it goes to show that you can do it if you think differently, but don't rely on being able to get a bank loan based off a business plan of traditional farming, because in most cases it won't be enough. The good news is that there are still loads of other options to get into farming without buying farmland, but still being able to run and own your own business. Now, I'm not going to go into each one of these in detail because, quite frankly, it's just going to take far too much time, but I will include some links in the description below for you to research these options further. Firstly, you could take on a tenancy. Now, whilst the terms and the rent periods are nowhere near as good as they used to be, this is still a very good option for a lot of people. You could do contract farming, where a contractor undertakes a particular operation on somebody else's land. You could get involved in shared farming, where the landowner and the farm operator operate two different businesses, albeit on the same block of land. You could get involved in a joint venture where two or more people farm some or all of the land between them. Or there's partnerships, community farm models and cooperatives that you can get involved with as well. As always, all of these options have various different legal and financial implications, so please seek proper legal and financial advice before you go down any of these routes. Now, if you're looking to raise any money to get any of these businesses off the ground, then again, industry experience and credibility are going to be key when approaching a bank or other lenders. You could do weekend work or get an internship or simply become an apprentice on a farm to build up that experience and knowledge, and there's also a ton of courses available that will help you build experience and credibility. If you're not looking to start or set up your own business, then there are loads of other jobs available within agriculture, but these will all require varying degrees of experience. Again, you could start out as an apprentice or get some work experience on a farm, but there are loads of agricultural and rural colleges around the country who specialise in degrees and qualifications that can lead on to farm and estate managers, which is another great way of getting into the industry. For all those from a non-farming background, again, the key here is experience and credibility in the industry. So put your time and your money to good use, and if you want to invest in a course, then go on and do so for the position that you want. We should also remember that this isn't just about arable or livestock farming, and it really pays to look at the wider agricultural industry in general. Look at things such as horticulture, agroforestry or environmental services that provide a fantastic route into the industry without actually having to work on a farm itself. The farming landscape here in the UK is undergoing unprecedented change at the minute, with a massive shift towards environmental practices, and there are so many other options out with the traditional image of British farming. So look and use these as inspiration for alternative routes into the industry. Whatever route you take, you're going to need to work hard and be in it for the long haul. You're going to need experience and knowledge within the industry, and if you're looking to raise finance to get your business off the ground, then you're going to need a really strong business plan to be able to demonstrate to a lender how you're going to make the business work and reach profitability. Whilst it's not easy to get into farming from a non-farming background, it is certainly not impossible. There are thousands of jobs to choose from and plenty of business opportunities for the more entrepreneurial minded of you out there. And I hope that this video has given you some inspiration.